What are primary sources, and what really counts as a primary source? A common understanding of primary sources are that they are original documents or objects that were created at the time of the topic being studied. They could include things like diaries, letters, speeches, or art. But this definition, while not wrong, tends to lean heavily on the context that many of us first learned about primary sources while we were in history class. The term primary sources is frequently used outside of the field of history, though. It can include fields like education, nursing and the health sciences, the hard sciences, business, and the social sciences, too. And what a primary source looks like can vary greatly in each of these disciplines. Let's say 3 students walk into the library, and all 3 are doing some type of research on climate change. And all 3 need primary sources for their research projects. Their needs might differ based on their majors or field of study. A history major studying the impact of heat waves, industrialization, and urbanization in 20th century cities in the United States, for instance, would probably be looking for things like legislation, newspapers, diaries, and government documents. Specifically, they may find weather reports and census data important to provide insights into how populations have changed over time and if there were massive fluctuations of temperatures as they did, and they might compare this to the people's lived experiences. Someone studying environmental science and focusing on the changing severity of hurricanes in the United States and how those correlated to changing climate trends in the 21st century might find things like statistics, FEMA reports, and original published research more helpful, while also relying on weather reports. They might not rely as much on that human perspective for their research because it might not be as relevant to them. And a student in a social work program studying the impact of air pollution in large cities and how that affects the health of houseless populations in the United States might rely on a mix of things previously mentioned. Newspaper coverage and interviews provide a human perspective, while government data and population statistics provide quantitative information about those local populations. They might look for a balance of qualitative and quantitative primary sources to round out their research, depending on how they approach their research topic. You can see that primary sources vary across disciplines, even though there can be some similarities. In the examples just discussed, we saw multiple uses of government publications, newspapers, legislation, and personal recollections. It's important to remember that primary sources are unique to each field of study, and how you use sources matter too. It all depends on your research topic and research needs. If you ever run into any questions about finding primary sources, or what counts as a primary source, reaching out to your liaison librarian at the Kramer Family Library is a great idea. They're happy to help with your research and point you in the right direction. Librarians are here to support you. Whether you reach out via phone, email, or chat, feel free to contact KFL with any questions you might have about primary sources or research at any time.